What's up? It's Franchise Play back again. This time I am going through all of the faces and showing the changes to the faces of. I'm going to try to go through all the players. Going to do it team by team. So I'm showing faces as well as tattoos and gym shoes or jumpers or sneakers or what, depending on where you're from in the country, what you call it, or out of the country. As you can see, they have really gone super detailed with anybody that has a shoe contract that's with a company that they can actually emulate, as well as you see the improvement of the face on Derrick Rose and the extreme detail to the tattoos. Now let's take a look at Joakim Noah. That is a great Joakim Noah, much better than it was before. Even the texture of the hair is done very well. It's weird. I just realized Joakim Noah doesn't have a tattoo. He seems like a tattoo kind of dude, but he doesn't have any. He does not have a endorsable or an agreement with a shoe company that 2K was able to include. So he has the little generic Chicago Bull colored kind of gym shoes. But one super cool that they've done is partnered with Nike ID. And you can actually create a Nike ID gym shoe. So if you're familiar with the Nike.com website, you can create that shoe and basically put it on any player that doesn't have a contract. That's super hot. Now this is Boozer, which is probably the least accurate bull from 2K11. As you can see, far improved, even with the weird little line on the back of his head. They've done great things with the mapping, the texture mapping on the faces to get all of the different blemishes and the different types of skin textures. I mean, it did a great job with this. Man, I'd love to get my hands on the face modeling program that they used for this. It was awesome. Boozer with the Nikes. And, you can see the accessory layout is done very well, too. So I'm very happy with what they did with Boozer. Now moving on to Glual Dang, the glue of the team, as many people refer to him at, and they also very much improved on Dang. Dang has really never been accurately captured in any 2K game, in my opinion. This is the first time, and I can say that for quite a few players that I've seen so far. Boozer's one, as Luol Deng is the second one. Taj Gibson is done better this year. He was done pretty well last year, but this is kind of dead on, and it's really refreshing to see that in this year with no competition at all, 2K went this hard with things like the details on making sure the player faces and tattoos and things were in place. Again, the generic bull gym shoe. Now here's Ronnie Brewer. If I had any criticism for any of the Bulls, I might have a slight bit about Ronnie Brewer here. It looks like him. It definitely still does. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It's still very good. I mean, it's obvious who this guy is, and it is better than last year. But I kind of knew from the first 2 or 3 players that I saw that everybody was going to be improved. The bar was set just with the first couple guys that I looked at, and I'm like, okay, wow, this is going to be next level in regards to how accurate the faces are. Now, Keith Bogans is a dead ringer hit. I mean, they nailed Bogans. I mean, even the mole here next to the eye, you see that's there. The texture of the back of the head, because as a bald head guy, I'm going to tell you, everybody's bald head doesn't look the same. So you can't have one bald head if you're going to accurately depict them. There's the tats. Of course, Bogans does not have anything but the generic gym shoes. I'm sure Bogans probably will not be starting at 2 guard whenever the NBA season resumes. Now here is C.J. Watson, Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s baby mama's boyfriend. Let's try saying that fast. Yeah, that's C.J. He's done pretty well. In case you didn't know, Floyd Mayweather got into a little trouble because apparently somebody threatened C.J. Watson because he found out C.J. Watson was messing with Floyd's baby mama. Yeah, it gets complicated. Even though these cats are rich, sometimes they still indulge in high school-like activities. But yeah, that's CJ. A little bit of information you probably weren't looking to get. Check this message. Now here's the veteran Kurt Thomas, done pretty well. The pointy kind of Baron von Munchausen kind of a nose he has is done pretty well there. You even see things just like how much the lips are protruding. You see it's done well. It's done very well. You see somebody hit me up asking me how the game is, and this is pretty much so far what I think. So shoot that out to him. All right, so let's move on. Let's take a look at Kyle Korver. Now, actually, Kyle Korver is one of the only Caucasian players that was done halfway decent last year, and they didn't change much. He still looks like the kind of cracked out, angry Ashton Kutcher. So that's where he is, and he still can't make a goddamn jump shot in the playoffs against a good team. So I'm still angry at Kyle, so if you couldn't tell. Let's take a look at Gennaro Pargo. Now, Pargo's, the shape of his head is kind of odd on here. It definitely looks like him, but he had got some weird stuff going on with the shape of his head. And I know his head is kind of shaped like an avocado or something, but no, an eggplant. That's what it's shaped like. But it's still done pretty well. Now let's go and check Rasul Butler. Now this, be honest, this really blew me away. Rasul Butler barely saw time, but 2K absolutely nailed him. Tattoos, the face, and everything. As insignificant of a player as he was, they absolutely took the time and really nailed that guy. Now, Sheik all year, he had like a generic creative player look face to 2K11. Not this year. There you go. The Turkish Hammer, Omer Ashik, is done very well. If you see that, look at the little mole on the back of the arm. Every player doesn't have that. This is something that they gave specifically to him. That right there is a type of detail they would look. I mean, they didn't only just do facial mapping; they did like entire exposed body part mapping. So it's pretty impressive. John Lucas III, one of my least favorite Bulls of all time. He has done pretty well. He's a little bit off to me, but it's John Lucas III, so who really cares outside of John Lucas Jr. and John Lucas Sr.? All right, now, Scowl, Brian Scalabrine. And to be honest, I really think Scalabrine could have been done a little bit better. I don't know, I think maybe his face is a little fuller, but again, obviously you can tell that's who it is, and the very popular Scalabrine. Peace, and check out more 2K12 videos coming soon.